Anybody in here know some Spanish? I had a feeling you did. I'll tell it in English, but I'll tell you some of the Spanish words too when I'm telling the story, okay? Now, have a seat. I'm going to light the candle. So what does the candle mean again? How about the girl in purple? What does it mean?
Quiet.
Yes, everybody's quiet. Nobody can talk except the storyteller, okay? And when it's over, I'll let you talk one last time. All right, here we go. I'm going to light the candle so your lips are zipped up. All right. The name of this story is called La Cucurachita, the little cockroach. You know, cockroaches are those tiny, little, ugly bugs, all right? Now, here's how it goes. Are you ready? Once, there was a little cockroach, La Cucurachita, and she thought she was ugly. Every day, she'd wake up in the morning, and she'd look in the mirror, and she'd say, oh, soy tan fea, I am so ugly. Look at my hair, it's too curly. And look at my eyelashes, they're too short. And someday she would purse her lips like this and she'd say, I don't like my lips, they're too small. And she'd look at her clothes and say, I don't like my clothes and I'm too short. Oh, soy tan fea, I'm so ugly. And her mother would come in and her mother would try to calm her down and tell her, no, es muy bonito, you're so beautiful. No, I'm not, I'm ugly. And every morning it was the same. She would look in the mirror and say, oh, soy tan fea, I am so ugly, look at this hair, oh, I just look terrible. And her father would come in and he would say, Cucurachita, es muy bonito, you're very beautiful. She'd say, no, I'm not. You just say that because you are my papa. And every day, you wouldn't believe it was always the same. Well, on this one day, she wakes up and she's looking in the mirror and says, I don't like my hair. It's too curly. And all of a sudden, she gets an idea. Yo sé, I know. And she goes to a store and she buys herself a peluca wig. She buys this long black wig and she puts it on and it's so beautiful and long straight black hair and she likes to flick it over her shoulder like this and she likes to go up to people and sometimes a piece of the hair comes over her eye and she looks at people and she says, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello, how are you? She likes to do that, you know. So the next day she's looking in the mirror, she says, oh, I like my peluca wig. But I don't like my eyelashes. They're too short. So she goes to another store and she buys herself some pestañas falsas.
In black?
False eyelashes, yes, in black. And she glues them on right here. So she has really long eyelashes and they're so curly. And she likes to bat her eyelashes up and down like this, you know. And so now she says, oh, I like my peluca wig and I like my pestañas falsas, my false eyelashes. And she likes to walk around and see people and then she says, hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello, ¿qué pasa? What's happening? You know, so she's always talking to people like that. Well, on the next day, when she gets up in the morning and looks in the mirror, she goes, ooh, she's feeling better. I like my peluca wig. And I like my pestañas falsas, my false eyelashes. But I don't like my mouth. It's too small. So she goes to another store and she buys herself some lipstick that is so roja red, it's beautiful. She puts on this lipstick really big. And then when she goes up to people now and she's leaving, she blows them kisses and she goes, adios. You know, she says, hasta mañana, see you tomorrow. You know? So every day, it's going like this, and she's feeling better. She says, oh, I like my peluca wig. And I like my pestañas falsas, my false eyelash. I love my lips are painted roja red. Pero no me gusta mi ropa, but I don't like my clothes. So she goes to another store. You might know it. It's called J.C. Penney. And when she goes to J.C. Penney, she buys herself this long black dress. It's all tight and beautiful, and it has little pajaritos, little colorful birds painted all over it, you know. And she puts on the dress, and she's feeling so much better. And she looks in the mirror and says, oh, I like my peluca wig, and I like my pestañas falsas, my false eyes. I love my lips are painted over her red, and I love my dress with the palitos. But I'm too short. So she goes one last time to a store. It's called Parade of Shoes. And she buys herself some tacones altas, high heels. And now she's feeling really good. And she starts walking downtown, and she loves her peluca wig. And I love my pestañas falsas, my false eyes. I love my lips painted over her red. I love my dress with the palitos painted over. I love my tacones altas. And she's feeling so good. She's walking downtown, and in her mind, she's thinking, yo soy bonita, I'm so beautiful. And when she walks downtown, she walks like this. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And she's walking downtown, and all of a sudden, she sees Gato, cat. And when Gato, cat, sees her, he goes, whoa, 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 Cucurachita, es muy bonita, you're so beautiful. Will you marry me? And Cucurachita says, well, maybe I will marry you, but how will you sing to me on our wedding night? And Gato Cat says, I will sing like this. Meow, meow, meow. And Cucurachita says, no, 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 go away, shoot, shoot, shoot. And she chases Gato Cat away. So she's still feeling very beautiful, you know. She's thinking in her mind, yo soy bonita, I'm so beautiful. And she walks like this. Help me. Ready? Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And she walks downtown, and all of a sudden she sees Lobo, Wolf. And when Lobo Wolf sees her, he goes, Cucurachita, es muy bonita, you're so beautiful. Will you marry me? And Cucurachita says, well, maybe I will marry you, Lobo Wolf, but how will you sing to me on our wedding night? And Lobo Wolf says, I will sing like this. And he howls and howls, and she says, nunca, 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 never, never, never. I cannot marry you. Go away, Lobo Wolf. Shoot, shoot, shoot. And she walks one more time downtown. Help me, ready? Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. And when she gets downtown, she sees one more. Ratoncito, little mouse. And when little mouse sees her, he says, Cucurachita, es muy bonito, you're so beautiful. Will you marry me? And Cucurachita says, well, maybe I will marry you, but how will you sing to me on our wedding night? And Ratoncito begins to sing like this. La Cucurachita, eres tan bonita, mi amor. And he sings pretty good. And Cucurachita says, wow, that sounded pretty good. Maybe I will marry you. And Ratoncito says, how about this? How about we go to my house, mi casa, and we'll get to know each other. And so they go, and they're walking along to Ratoncito's house. And all of a sudden, Cucurachita thinks, oh, when we are married, Ratoncito will see me without all this extra stuff, my peluca, pestañas falsas, everything. What am I going to do? And she decides, when they get to Ratoncito's house, his casa, she will get it over with. And they get there, and she asks Ratoncito to borrow a bathrobe. And she goes into the bathroom, and she takes off her peluca, and she takes off her pestañas falsas, and she rubs off her lips, her paints her red, like that. She takes off her dress with the palitos, little colorful birds on it, and she puts on the bathrobe, and she ties it really tight, and she kicks off her tacones altas. And she walks out of the bathroom, and she's so scared because she doesn't know what Ratoncito will think of her. And when she comes out, Ratoncito looks at her and says, Cucurachita, eres tan bonita. You are so beautiful. And Cucurachita goes over to the mirror, and for the first time, she realizes that she's always been pretty. And she looks at Ratoncito with eyes full of love, and she says, Ratoncito, you have given me a great gift this night. And they were married and lived a long and happy life. All right. 1, 2, 3. Sit eye to eye and knee to knee. Talk about the last story. And then we'll